So I'm out with my buddy last night. He flies back and forth between here and Texas. He's got business that brings him here every 2 weeks. So we go out every now and then, grab a bite to eat. So we're talking crypto, we're talking silver, we're talking business, life, that thing. And we were talking about the advantages and disadvantages of a public blockchain. So Bitcoin's like fully public, which is a good thing. I think that I can see a world where it's incorporated into whatever federal finance system they attempt to have. Because it's so public, and it makes accounting genuinely easier, because maybe you could run a QuickBooks program on it and pull things off the blockchain and be like, oh, this much went here and this much went here and this much was received, and it would actually make things really easy. But my speculation is that governments, as they begin to slip, will become more draconian, more dickish, if you will, and that the private cryptos may see an unfair upside advantage. And so I told them that my favorite speculating that the value will significantly rise from where it currently sits, is Monero. The first thing he does is pop open his phone and he starts looking. He's like, what is it? He looks at the chart. Oh yeah, I like it. Like it? You don't know anything about it. And this is something that a lot of people do, especially rookies. Like, when you find something that you want to buy investment-wise, so you've saved up, you've got capital, and it comes to investing it, the first thing you can do is, do you have any stupid debt? Debt that doesn't make you money. Good debt, maybe a rental property that somebody else pays for the mortgage and it pays down and it appreciates in value. Cool, that's good debt. What's bad debt? Credit card, 18% interest. Can you get 18% interest or investment back anywhere else? Not really. So knock that thing out. Maybe a car at 6 or 7% interest, 4% interest. That's a pretty good investment too. But if you've got your debt knocked out and it's time to go invest your capital to go get a return somewhere, you want to find things that are cheap that you can buy, that you can speculate on. But the key to that is finding something that is underpriced based on some sort of data, not just emotion. And so my advice is to don't look at a chart ever. If you can prevent it at the beginning, look at an asset, hear about an asset, learn about an asset. The chart is good to show you what's occurred in the past. It's not really super indicative about what will happen in the future, but it is useful for past information. But what my buddy immediately did was, what's the price of Monero? Okay, Trav likes Monero. I like Trav's opinion on things. He's known me a long time. And okay, I like Trav's opinion. Monero, what's the price? What's the chart? Oh, it's down a little bit. That's good. I might buy some. And it's like, let's assess the value. How many are in circulation? What could the potential market cap of the project be? Divided by what will the current said circulation be, let's say in 2025 or 2030, because investing typically is a 5 to 7 to 10 year or longer game. Well, what could occur politically? My opinion, by the time we get to 2025, 2030, they're going to be locking down all sorts of things. Who knows how crazy these people are going to get? I like the idea of a super stealth private crypto right on my phone that I can beam anywhere on the internet and get goods and services delivered to my house. I like the idea of being able to tap into an anarchical capitalist-like network. And what's their favorite coin of choice in the crypto space? Monero. What's the possible market value of it? I don't know. Like when the Russian oligarchs figure out how to move money without banking or moving physical cash, I think that the market cap of the thing is going to rip. Divided by the supply, I think it's got a lot of upside. But my message is, don't look at the price. The price of a said asset, whatever it may be, doesn't tell you really anything if you have no opinion as to the value. Now, if you do the research and you do the homework and you know the value, and you're like, this is how I'm valuing, and there's many different methods to value things. I'm alluding to one. Take the market cap of a said asset, divide it by the supply, and that could potentially be a good indicator. But I wouldn't just use that as my only gauge. I would have additional metrics there that help my thinking. One example of that is, I think that privacy is going to be a big deal. I think that taxes could be very high in the future. I think as governments begin to quite literally fail in the Western world because their costs exceed their benefits, I think that we're going to see a movement to private currencies that can't be taxed or can't be tracked or can't be stopped, quite frankly. And there's a lot of reasons, technical reasons, why Monero outperforms Bitcoin on almost every single level, mainly decentralization, the fact that everybody can run a node, and you don't need a Bitcoin mining factory to be running it, which is why I think that Bitcoin is an excellent choice for governments. I think it's an excellent choice for Fortune 500 publicly traded companies that have accounting. But I think it's a really bad choice if your competitors can see how much is coming and going out of your wallet. So therefore, something like Zcash, which is an identical copy of Bitcoin, but with a zero knowledge proof shielded wallet, would possibly make sense because there's enough publicness, anonymity to it, where it's anonymous enough, but it can be fully private. But really, some privacy isn't full privacy. And so it's a compromise. And I could see something like that being a fabulous speculation, particularly if I was a Fortune 500 company and I really just wanted my books to just, hey, here's what they are. I have nothing to hide. This is what it is. I could see these things being very good, but Bitcoin maybe not so much because Michael Saylor at MicroStrategy might be like, oh, here's how much they're sitting on. Here's how much they're selling to competitors. Or you could start to find things out about my business by looking at my wallets. But Zcash, you could, and for IRS tax purposes, it would make them happy and satisfied. But then when I wanted to send something privately, I could. And so I think that that's key. I think as far as private citizens, I think privacy is everything. And I think that the best ultimate privacy is pretty much silver or gold, for many different reasons. But what if I need to buy something on the internet and I need to have it shipped to my house? And so therefore, I have a speculation that private cryptocurrencies will be rather high. But a judge with anything that you buy, judge the value first and then compare to price. Peace.